This episode of Weekly Weird News is sponsored by HelloFresh.
Hello, and...
Hey.
Ah, Christ, I guess we got to cover this Wohl and Jack Burkman news, don't we?
It's our jobs now. This is our entire job.
Yeah, it was fun at first, but at this point, it does feel like a curse.
Yes.
As long as these morons aren't behind bars, this is just going to keep happening over and over and over, and frankly, it's starting to get a bit boring.
They're like children's cartoon villains. Every episode, there's a harebrained scheme, and it gets foiled by the stupidest means possible, and then next week, a brand new episode.
They're back. And yeah, it hasn't even been a full year since these idiots first showed up on everyone's radar with their ridiculous Robert Mueller press conference. And it's been less than a month since we talked about Wohl being charged with securities fraud. It's getting very exhausting, but here we are.
Yeah, and if for some reason you are completely out of the loop on who Wohl and Jack Burkman are, we have a lot of videos. There's a playlist now, but they're a dream team of utter political incompetence who have repeatedly over the past year tried and failed to drum up obviously made-up accusations against various Democratic politicians, which completely fall apart under the slightest bit of scrutiny. We're not even going to bother going into further detail recapping this nonsense. If for some reason you still want some background and you're out of the loop, sorry, but we do have that playlist, and it's a few hours long.
Yeah.
So go watch that. Now for everyone else, all the regular viewers, we love you. Let's just jump right into it.
Let's just jump right into it. So if you were at all worried that Wohl's pending criminal trial was going to slow him down at all, nope. In fact, he and Jack Burkman have kicked their operations into overdrive, hosting not one, but two train wreck press conferences this week, both from the steps of Jack Burkman's Virginia townhouse, which, as you'll recall, is directly under the flight path of DC's Reagan Airport, meaning every minute or so, everything gets drowned out by the sound of airplanes flying directly overhead. Now, last time, they also didn't factor in that it was garbage day. Garbage day! So their big Pete Buttigieg press conference at one point got interrupted by a trash crew loudly doing their job. Many people are saying that Jack Burkman holds these events on his doorstep because every hotel in the area has banned him after the Mueller press conference last year, and that's, you know, big if true.
Big if true. It's just more convenient, though, too. You just walk out the front door.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, the first of this week's Wohl Burkman wastes of everyone's time was on Tuesday. Here's the press release for that. Media alert. Jack Burkman, Wohl to address Bountygate at Tuesday news conference. Burkman and Wohl, who spent 30 days in Ukraine this August to address their roles in the Trump whistleblower saga. Okay, so first off, I brought this up right before we started filming. How is Wohl allowed to leave the state of California?
Yeah.
Didn't he
or
just
the
get
country.
Post-bail? Especially the country.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, as we've seen before with Wohl, him leaving the country is essentially just getting on a VPN and changing his location and posting the
Not
same
even
picture.
that. You can tag yourself anywhere on Instagram.
Well, there you go. Anyways, right off the bat, the claim of having spent all of August in Ukraine sets off multiple bullshit alarms. The funniest being that obviously Wohl has been caught tagging himself all over the world, even though he's clearly in the same spot. Lo and behold, those same posts now have location tags set to Ukraine. Fine, maybe he brings the same background with him everywhere, a little taste of home. But also, wait, why the hell were Burkman and Wohl supposedly in Ukraine in August looking into this when the existence of the whistleblower complaint wasn't made public until mid-September? They got the inside scoop. They're part of the intelligence community in the government. That's obviously why.
Like, obviously, like the Biden-Ukraine story, it's been around for a while, but like their timing here is just, it's just way too perfect. It's like, oh yeah, that thing that just came out, just so happens we knew about it in advance through all of our special contacts in the government. And we were actually in Ukraine for a whole month and somehow kept that completely under wraps, you know, gathering evidence for this right before it dropped. Wow.
Holy shit.
So yeah, if you're out of the loop on the Ukraine whistleblower thing and the impeachment process that it kicked off, we're not going to get into it. Watch our previous video where over the course of 24 minutes, we barely scratched the surface.
Yeah.
We're not getting into it here. We got to plow through. So the Berkman-Wohl press conference on Tuesday turned out to be, surprise, an absolute waste of everyone's time. They basically just made completely unsupported claims of knowing the Ukraine whistleblower's identity and having conducted interviews with Ukrainian officials, including Viktor Shokin, the corrupt former Ukrainian prosecutor at the center of the whole thing.
Finally, Burkman and Wohl are here, so I can get my side of the story out.
Finally, some real journalists.
Yeah.
Yeah, they refused to name the whistleblower, but they said that they would within 24 hours. And they also claimed that later that day they would be releasing transcripts, photos, and audio of their interviews on Jack Burkman's Twitter account. And as of 3 days later, none of this has happened. I know you're shocked, but they didn't follow through.
Damn. So the Tuesday press conference was just 5 minutes of actual press conference and then another 20 minutes of Q&A, much of which was questions completely unrelated to the whistleblower topic. At one point, they claimed that Democrat candidate John Delaney personally came to Jack Burkman's house to be vetted and was found to be clean, earning the coveted Wall-Berkman seal of approval. Okay. The whole thing was a huge dud, with only around a half a dozen people even bothering to show up, none of whom seemed to have taken it seriously at all. Will Sommer of the Daily Beast, who, like us, has cursed himself with reporting on everything Jacob Wall does, told the Washington Post reporter who was also there, "This is rapidly reaching diminishing returns. Each time I expect, maybe this time they'll have it. But, of course, I should know better by now."
We all should.
Especially when the week has 2 press conferences there, and it's like, oh God, I gotta go back out there.
Yeah, and they could have easily crammed both these into one. Like each of them was like literally 5 minutes of press conference.
And the rest
then
was
20 minutes of people laughing hysterically at Jacob Wohl, and Jacob Wohl trying to shut everyone up and answer the hilarious questions.
So the second one, that they got the security guard, a badge this time, so it looks way more official.
Oh, yeah, cool. Well, the following day, around the time that Wohl and Berkman were supposed to be providing proof about Tuesday's press conference, but didn't, they announced their next press conference scheduled for Thursday. Here's the press release for that one. Media alert. Jack Burkman and Jacob Wohl present bombshell witness evidence against Warren. Conservative activists Berkman and Wohl to be joined by former Marine who claims to have been in long-term sexual relationship with the presidential candidate. These charges will shock the conscience of the nation. And yes, conscious, not consciousness or conscience. And yes, they managed to make that same typo twice in one short press release. Great job. But that's not important. What's important is that Wohl and Berkman are claiming that 70-year-old presidential candidate Elizabeth Warren was regularly banging a 24-year-old Marine.
She looks great for 70.
She does.
Gotta say it.
And that's a bold, hilarious claim. And surely this time, unlike all the other times, they will provide evidence of these scandalous allegations.
Not really. No. Are you surprised? Again?
What?
They did manage to provide something that they've previously failed to do, however. A real, live accuser in the flesh.
Wow.
After their fake Mueller accuser ditched Wall at the airport and their fake Mayor Pete accuser snuck out of Berkman's house and immediately came clean to the media, we couldn't have expected Wohl and Berkman to ever find someone dumb enough to show up and play the part. But by God, they did it.
Wow.
His name is Kelvin Welly, and he showed up on Jack Burkman's porch right alongside Jacob Wall, Jack Burkman, and the poor sad sack of shit who keeps taking these security guard gigs from these stupid jackasses.
I hope he's getting paid. I hope the money's good.
I don't think anyone here is getting paid. But, it's something to do.
Yeah.
Before Kelvin Welly could even tell his story, though, the scene was utter chaos, with the laughter of people who showed up to watch clearly irking Jack Burkman, who then got on the mic to ask them if they were laughing at this brave soldier's service in Afghanistan. This only made the laughter get louder.
So then Kelvin Welly got on the mic, and he basically just read verbatim what was written on a document handed out to those in attendance, which we will now read for you because
it's great.
You need to know what we're talking about here. We're not going to Cliff's Notes you. Here you go. My name is Kelvin Welly. I am a 25-year-old U.S. Marine Corps combat veteran. Senator Elizabeth Warren first secured my services from a website called Cowboys for Angels. This is a site for attractive young men who provide companionship escort services to well-heeled women. I was hired by Senator Warren from this site on August 7th, 2018. She reached out by messaging me on the site. On August 8th, 2018, I was booked by Senator Warren on a flight to Massachusetts. I complied with the instructions of my new client, despite being rather nervous. I had spent time with older women before, but never a woman older than 60. Although I was unaware of it at the time, Senator Warren wanted not just rough sex, but extensive BDSM play. On the early morning of August 8th, before boarding my flight, she messaged me and told me to bring toys. I asked, what kind of toys? And she said, surprise me. At that point, while waiting to board my flight, I ordered a Hitachi massager and a small tube of water-based lubricant. I had the products delivered via Amazon same-day delivery to the front desk of the Hilton, where I was set to meet Senator Warren. It continues.
Oh yeah, and it's so good. It's so fantastic.
We're not even halfway
well-heeled, Like all of the terms that he's using. And I was saying yesterday, the only thing that would have made it better is if the website was Cowboys for Indians, because it would have played on her Native American heritage that she doesn't really have.
I would have to give credit for that.
But it does continue. The evening of August 8th, 2018 was the first of not several, but many BDSM sessions.
Not several, but many.
BDSM sessions with Senator Warren. Although I had a fair amount of experience in this business, I was shocked by the intensity, duration, and sheer violence of what Senator Warren wanted. After our introductory pleasantries, she seemed disappointed with what I had ordered from Amazon, although we made use of what we had available during that session. I don't usually ask whether my clients are married, but for some reason, with Senator Warren, I did, just before we parted ways. She said, "Yes, I am married. My husband and I are in an open relationship." She added, "In my line of work, this is a fairly common arrangement. You wouldn't believe how many studs like you show up to the congressional retreats." And with that, I got in an Uber back to the airport. As time went on, our sessions became increasingly edgy. During one session, she insisted on being whipped 22 times prior to having intercourse. On another, she asked me to bring a cat o' nine tails, which I obtained, again, from Amazon. Over my strenuous objections, she insisted that I whip her with the cat o' nine tails until there was extensive marks on her buttock. Rough sex followed. And It doesn't stop there, because while writing this, Jacob Wohl hadn't come yet.
Yeah, he was edging super hard. He was flagellating himself. This is the only way Jacob Wohl can come.
I have to make an excuse for all of these items being on my mom's Amazon receipts.
Yeah.
What better way to do it than to say that Senator Elizabeth Warren did it?
It was the senator.
Yeah. No, Mom. It wasn't me. Mom.
This bullshit continues.
Yep.
In late 2018, at a hotel in Washington, D.C., she insisted upon doing a threesome with me and a second woman. She asked me to procure a beautiful and busty woman in her early 20s. So I asked a friend of mine from high school who I knew to be sexually adventurous. Senator Warren engaged in lesbian sex with my friend from high school using a lime green strap-on dildo that she had brought with her in her suitcase, still new in the box. The distinct rubbery smell of this device was overwhelming. So Senator Warren, who by this point I knew just as Liz, asked me to wash it off in the sink after taking it out of the box, which I did.
Oh, wash that thing off. It smells like the factory.
Senator Warren has also told me that she has a 37-year-old daughter named Lisa that was the product of a one-night stand at a party she attended while she was a professor at the University of Houston. She told me that she has always kept this daughter hidden from public view. That last part comes kind of out of nowhere, and I don't know how you hide a pregnancy. I'm sure it's possible, but
yeah,
it's a weird little cherry on top at the end.
Yeah. Well, luckily this wasn't a one-night stand. This was a many-night stand.
Yeah,
so,
long-term stand.
So yeah, it reads like some really fucked up fan fiction straight out of the minds of some very depraved conservative grifters. And Kelvin's delivery of the whole thing, which you can watch in full in the links down in the description, sounds less like a guy traumatized by extreme BDSM and more like a guy taking his first acting class and struggling to keep a straight face reading the script provided to him, and multiple times laughing out loud before Wohl audibly tells him to stick to the script.
It's so funny. Every time they have an off-mic moment, everything they say is clearly audible.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Next, after reading this statement, Kelvin took off his shirt to show off a serious set of scars on his back, the result of being whipped by Senator Warren. And okay, let's just start with that. You see, Kelvin Welly is a fitness guy, and as such, his Instagram is mostly pics of him flexing or, working out, often without a shirt on. Dozens of these photos are of his back, and photos of his back posted as recently as early September and as far back as August 2018, when this affair is alleged to have begun, do not feature this scar. Which leads us to wonder, how did he get that scar?
I do want to know how you got those scars.
We live in a society. Did Jacob Wohl and or Jack Burkman personally give this lad a lashing within the last few weeks? That would be also big if true.
It's possible.
And another excuse to buy these items off of Amazon, Mom.
But this is the one I need to know the answer to, and I'm never going to know. But that scar looks real. It does not look like makeup. But he also didn't have it 3 weeks ago. Where did the scar come from?
Jacob Wohl, Jack Burkman, and this man had a three-way.
Look, man, you want to earn this money that we're definitely not ever going to actually pay you. You come over here.
We got to really sell it.
We got to really sell this.
Yeah. Why do you guys have to be naked? I said we're going to have to sell it, damn it.
Why do you have so many sex toys when you only need the one to give me the scar?
Smell this dildo. Get it in your mind. It's called method acting. Get used to it.
Also, yes, that is a tattoo of the logo for the Vin Diesel action franchise XXX on his back.
This man is far too young to appreciate the original XXX movie.
Yeah, it came out when he was a child. Although XXX 2, The Return of Xander
Boogaloo,
Cage,
yeah.
only came out like 3 years ago, so maybe that's the one that you like.
I think that was the third in the series, actually.
Oh, yeah, the second one had Ice Cube?
Ice Cube, I believe.
Okay, well,
either way.
Don't know and don't care.
Well, we don't know, but this guy obviously does because
Yeah.
he is a super fan.
Yeah, anyways, after Kelvin put his shirt back on, Berkman again got mad at the crowd for disrespecting a combat veteran, with the story now updated to be he's a combat veteran who was injured in Afghanistan, therefore making Kelvin Welly a Purple Heart candidate or even recipient. He's not a recipient, though. When someone asked, he's like, well, you have to sign up for it.
I forgot to do the paperwork.
And the thing is, people looked into Kelvin Welly's background, and this may shock you, but not a lot of it adds up. A LinkedIn profile appearing to be Welly's was quickly found, featuring basically no information and 0 connections to other users, which is odd. It lists him as having been in high school from 2009 to 2013, and his one and only listing under experience is Infantry, United States Marine Corps. And now we've all heard the stereotypes about Marines being the dumbest branch of the U.S. Armed Forces. But misspelling Corps still seems a bit unbelievable.
As long as
even
you
for a Marine.
Spell Semper Fi, do or die, you're good to go.
Simplify.
Simplify. Do I die?
So, yeah, it seems like he might not be the one that made that LinkedIn. Looks like it was sort of thrown together.
And I just want to add that I respect our troops, so whenever Elliot calls you guys dumb, I'm over here waving all the flags.
I respect all the troops, and here's the thing. Most of the troops still think the Marines are dumb.
I respect them all equally.
And if you say the Marines aren't dumb, you're actually disagreeing with the vast majority of troops. So, I don't know. Picking my battles here, I'm going to side with most of the military.
I side with the troops.
I'm going to side with... Yeah. Okay, anyway.
Kelvin Welly, he did serve in the Marines. That much is
Hoorah!
at least true. A Facebook post by a Marine Corps recruiting page posted this photo of him in training with a caption saying the photo was taken in September of 2014. When asked at the press conference what unit he served in, Welly replied, 1-3. And when pressed further, he said, look it up. Turns out 1-3 refers to the 1st Battalion, 3rd Marine Regiment, which returned home from Afghanistan in 2012 and has since been based in Hawaii and has not been sent back to a war zone. Therefore, Kevin Welly, who joined in 2014, has not been to war. And this was confirmed by the U.S. Marine Corps when asked by various news outlets. Also, the standard minimum enlistment for the Marine Corps is 4 years, but Welly's service is listed at ending in 2016, so that's odd.
Yeah.
Why would he leave early?
How did that happen? So yeah, stolen valor.
I don't know about that.
At least according to Berkman. Berkman might have just pulled that one right out of his ass up there on stage. It's like, yeah, we got a wounded warrior here. And the guy's like, hey, well, shut the fuck up.
You need to be beat up.
Did you want to know how I got these scars? No, not from war. Those scars are, you can't see them. These are from an elderly senator.
This man can't even get into the VFW.
Well, not anymore, he can. That's for sure. What else? Okay, Cowboys for Angels is a real escort service that does specialize in muscular, hunky dudes, much like Mr. Kelvin Welly. But Rolling Stone reached out to their CEO, Garen James, who told them, we went through and searched all of our employment requests and all of our contacts because we saved the names. The guy never even applied to be at our agency. Asked if perhaps Welly had used a different name, Garen James looked at his Instagram and then said, this guy never worked for me. I would never even hire that guy. He's not up to caliber to work at our agency.
I like how he has a personal touch on like every...
Nah.
I know all of our escorts.
You're not Cowboys for Angels material.
Nope.
He also said that while he's had a lot of high-profile clients that he would never reveal, Elizabeth Warren is not one of them. So there's that for what it's worth.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, and here's another fun fact that's totally unrelated but still helps paint a picture. Kelvin Welly appears to be a flat earther who once wrote on Facebook, is the Earth actually flat? Not spherical? Look up how much we know about Antarctica, why we and every other nation signed a treaty. Makes you think.
Also, later on during the absolutely pointless Q&A section, when onlookers rightfully questioned the military record of Kelvin Welly, Jacob Wall provided probably the highlight of the press conference when he yelled at the crowd for disrespecting the troops and then told his security guard to remove a heckler from the property, only for the security guard to do absolutely nothing after pointing out that to Wall that technically none of these people were actually on the property. They're on public land.
They're on
the
the sidewalk.
Yeah, so
Can't do anything about it.
Also, chef's kiss.
He's
Great
like,
shit.
What? They're not. They're past the line.
Also, there seems to have been only 3 or 4 actual journalists there, with the rest of the crowd being made up of normal folks enjoying a free show.
Yeah, I mean, if I lived in the area,
I would definitely be there.
absolutely be there.
When asked by one onlooker why anyone should care about Elizabeth Warren having an extramarital affair while Donald Trump gets a pass for his own repeated infidelity, Wohl replied that Trump is a peak alpha male, so infidelity is understandable, whereas Elizabeth Warren is a frail old lady, thus making it weird. Despite in his own fan fiction saying that they were in an open relationship and not like it.
Yeah, it wouldn't be infidelity then.
Yeah, he would be like, he would have written it as, yes, I'm cheating on my husband.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's a weird characterization for someone you were describing moments earlier as having a high pain tolerance and a voracious sexual appetite.
She's a frail old lady who beat this man's ass. This 25-year-old Marine got his fucking ass beat by this frail old lady.
Anyways, okay. Also, Berkman's fly was down again. Buy some new pants, dude.
He can't get the pants to work right.
Yeah. They're a mystery.
Yeah.
Get some button fly. Get anything.
It was such a great shot on like the video by News to Share. It's like he covers mostly like pretty serious like protests and stuff like that. He's got a guy over in Hong Kong, but every time Jacob Wohl does one of these, he comes out because I'm sure for him it's like dessert.
Yeah.
And on his shot of it, when Jack Burkman, he's like reaches over to yell at someone, and his crotch is just like right in the shot with the fly like halfway down. It's perfect. You can't write this.
It's like how Boris Johnson tussles his hair around before he comes out for any interview.
Yeah, it's just sort of his
I
thing.
have to look like a fucking idiot before I step outside, or people might actually believe what I'm saying.
You disarm them with your, you know,
I brought some
looking
tea.
like a fucking mess.
I brought some tea for everyone. They brought donuts for everyone here.
They did that last time and the time before too. That's sort of their thing.
I would not eat one of their donuts.
No.
No.
Anyways, despite claiming to have voluminous evidence in the form of receipts and whatnot, Wohl and Berkman, shockingly, have not provided any such evidence in the forms of, I don't know, flight records, Cowboys for Angels account info and screenshots, emails, Amazon receipts that are stored indefinitely. Nothing, absolutely nothing, no evidence at all. Not even Photoshops. These people learn nothing. They're not even trying. Everything Jacob Wohl does only serves to demonstrate what or who his particular type of Republican is afraid of at any given time. There's Robert Mueller, then Ilhan Omar, then Pete Buttigieg, and now Elizabeth Warren. And if anything, it's a pretty strong endorsement for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Oh, they're scared about her. They're fantasizing about her. They're jacking off to her.
Yeah.
She's powerful. Warren herself even slyly got in on the joke with a tweet about her alma mater, the University of Houston, home of the Cougars. But it fucking sucks that until the law finally puts this jackass in prison, we're gonna be having press conferences like this every few weeks until at least the next election.
Yeah.
And then the one after that. But hey, at least they provide a unique look into the conservative psyche. I appreciate that. They're scared. They're also very horny in very weird ways. Yeah, cool. Anyway, let's leave this story with a tweet from Twitter user Anna Mardall, who, and this tweet could be applied to this and every other thing that Wohl and Berkman have ever done. I hope the fact that this scandal is so clearly false will clarify for some folks just how hard it is to realistically fake allegations like this.
Yeah.
It's a good takeaway.
Now, before we get into more news, this episode is sponsored by HelloFresh.
HelloFresh.
HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit delivery service, bringing you easy seasonal recipes and pre-measured ingredients right to your door. All you have to do is cook and enjoy. HelloFresh makes cooking delicious meals at home a reality regardless of your comfort in the kitchen. Say bye-bye to endless grocery store trips and takeout food. HelloFresh has you covered. Break out of your dinner rut with 17 seasonal chef-curated recipes to choose from each week. There's something for everyone. There's family recipes, calorie smart, vegetarian, and fun menu series like Hall of Fame and craft burgers.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this. I especially like their tacos. I've had some very good tacos from HelloFresh.
And they're also very easy to make.
Yeah, tacos are already a very easy thing to make, but especially so when all the ingredients are in one paper bag that you can just dump out on the counter, get to work.
Yeah.
You go from cooking to eating in like 15, 20 minutes tops.
I get my next box in like a week, and I'm very excited for some fall cravings. Delicious.
Yeah, maybe some squash?
Maybe.
Some pumpkin?
I don't know. It's a surprise every time. I don't look at the thing that comes in the mail.
Don't tell me.
Yeah.
For $80 off your first month of HelloFresh, go to HelloFresh.com/weeklyweird80 and enter code weeklyweird80 at checkout. That gets you $20 off each of your first 4 boxes. So go to HelloFresh.com/weeklyweird80 and use promo code weeklyweird80 at checkout.
Do it. Thanks, sponsors.
Now let's look at some of the funnest, weirdest headlines from this week, starting with one that I was originally planning on writing a whole thing about until Jacob Wohl, he Sorry.
Took all the wind out of the sails.
Sorry, President Trump, you got bumped, but here's the headline.
Oh.
Trump asked about shooting migrants at border in legs if they threw rocks at agents, reportedly wanted a trench with deadly reptiles. And to further explain, he wanted, in addition to his border wall, he wanted a moat around the entire southern border filled with...
He's a medieval king.
Deadly snakes and hungry alligators, so that you'd be a fool to try to cross. And then even if you did make it past them, there'd be spikes at the top of the wall to,
that was my favorite
pierce
part.
the flesh. Yeah. And he's like, I didn't say that. And then someone's like, you literally tweeted this picture like less than a year ago.
Yeah,
showing
spikes
the spikes
on top of it,
I completely believe this. Like, obviously the people who uncovered this and wrote about it probably doing their job well, but I believe this entirely. You could just tell this to me with no evidence and be like, yeah, it sounds like some shit.
Well, he's always like throwing out ideas to see if they're even possible.
Yeah.
This happens frequently, and it's he might not have. Well, he probably was serious, but he was probably just throwing out ideas of ways that they could stop it without spending billions of dollars.
Someone found a clip of Obama in like towards the end of his term when Trump was running.
Oh, joking about him asking for that?
Yeah, Trump was running. The wall was a thing, and Obama's going to be like, you know, next they're going to be saying build 2 walls. Next they're going to be saying build a moat and put a bunch of like alligators in it.
Yeah.
And good job, Obama.
You gave him the idea.
Obama keeps giving Trump ideas. He would have never run for president if Obama didn't roast him at that correspondence dinner.
True. This is all Obama's fault.
It is. Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, seriously, what the fuck?
What the fuck, Obama?
Jeez. All right, moving on. Florida man arrested for cutting the brakes on over 100 electric scooters. Also, Florida man in this case is old enough to not realize that there are security cameras everywhere.
Yeah, this guy, he got caught
just blatantly doing
quite red-handed, just in people's driveways and
in front of businesses, like everywhere, just taking his time, snipping things, and then putting stickers over the QR codes so you couldn't even scan them.
Yeah.
So that's the safety that he put on it. He's like, I'm going to cut these brakes, therefore disabling the scooter, but I'm going to be nice enough to make sure that people can actually ride them.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thoughtful Florida man.
He didn't really give like a reason though when he was arrested. He's just like, I don't know.
I had
something
to
do.
Yeah.
I'm retired. Don't ask me to do a damn thing. I'm just trying to grill.
Yeah.
Got a boomer.
Boomer here.
Boomer over here.
Yeah.
Don't let him spew on you.
Yeah.
Bay Area woman dies at 102. DirecTV charges early termination fee.
To God?
Send this letter to heaven.
You took her too young.
Yeah.
She could have had at least another year or two.
She had another year left on her contract.
Oh, that's the problem. Yeah. Well.
Great shit. Good.
Luckily, her life insurance will probably pay for it, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know how to... I'm not
weird
clear
that this is
on why you have to pay for anything after you're dead.
No, it's but it is scary. I think you can inherit your parents' death or your debts.
Yeah, I think in some cases, I mean, I think that's only the case if you were inheriting money from your parents.
Okay.
But none of us are inheriting any money.
No.
Because all of our parents' generation, they're going to work until they're dead.
Yes.
And they don't have any savings because of, inflation and the stagnating wages. So none of us are inheriting shit.
Plus, all their houses can't get sold because they're all asking for, the amount that they paid for them, and people are like, first of all, I can't pay for that. Second of all, no.
Yeah.
These houses are way too old.
So, yeah, when all of our parents are dead, we aren't going to owe shit. In fact, you should tell your parents to start racking up as many debts as possible.
I don't know if you should take that advice, but...
No, do it. You should do it. Open up credit cards in your parents' name, give it to them for their birthday, be like, it's one of those gift cards.
Yeah.
It's one of those cool Visa gift cards.
As long as, but they have to be dead within like a couple years. If they live another 50 years, they're going to have problems.
If your parents are like 40, don't do this. Unless you're like really giving them the cholesterol.
Also fuck DirecTV.
Yeah, fuck these guys. That's the main point.
Yes. This pug is working as a voice actor for the next Halo video game.
Yeah, they're using it for alien noises or some shit.
Yeah, because they are abominations.
Yeah, and this pug in particular, pugs are abominations, and they, just the worst sounds ever.
Yeah.
Every time I see a pug, I'm just like, put it down. Put this dog down.
Yes.
They should be illegal. This animal is living in just agony for its entire life.
Yes,
struggling.
It's a miserable existence.
Yeah, just to, think back to the last time you had like a serious cold or flu. Imagine living your whole life like that because some fucking asshole in like England 200 years ago was like, wouldn't it be funny if dogs didn't have snouts? What if their head was just a big old melon? Let's try it.
It's good to see this pug, also, being
making the best of the worst
being
situation.
deformed and having to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real inspiration.
Yeah, it's like the old freak show. It's at the carnival.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you weird-looking thing. Get over here.
Except dogs, most dogs don't have jobs. So now, like, on top of his, disability, being born as a pug, they're like, we need you to come in and work.
Dogs are working harder than ever. They have to be anxiety support dogs, bomb sniffing, drug sniffing. Now they're doing fucking voice acting.
Yeah. Probably not getting paid.
I hope he's getting paid.
Nah. You getting paid, pug?
Trying to get that nose surgery. Fix my deviated septum.
And then he's going to lose all his roles. Oh, no!
How funny would it be if this pug shows up and has a brand new nose?
That'd be great, actually. If I was a science doctor, I would do that with a pug. That would be my number one. That would be my magnum opus. Like,
yeah.
See? The pug has a nose now. I 3D printed this pug a normal dog nose.
All he had to do was put in hours upon hours of work down in the VO booth.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on.
Man drank 7 beers before turning himself in, but there was no warrant for his arrest.
So he just did it for fun?
I don't know. He was convinced that there had to have been a warrant. He's like, I don't know. At this point, there probably is. So I'm gonna pound 7 beers, get a good strong buzz going, and I'm gonna go down to the police station and be like, all right, guys,
You got me.
you got me. Call off the search. And they're like, yeah, we don't have any record of that, but also you're drunk in public, so you're under arrest.
Wait, they really did that?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's so petty.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Fucking cops.
Wait, you can't
So
be drunk
petty.
in public? I thought you had to be like a nuisance.
I guess he was being a nuisance to these cops by trying to be a good citizen.
Yeah.
And turning in a criminal who just so happened to be himself.
He should have dragged himself in by one.
Yeah.
I got him, boys. Then he would have been a hero.
Yeah.
Where's my reward?
This man, this is the next time, something actually does come up and he has the option of going to the cops, he's not going to do it.
Yeah.
He's not going to help you out because
Sad.
Look what you did to my boy.
Drone finds fugitive living in cave after 17 years on the run. Should have just let him stay.
I know.
Don't say a damn thing.
Yeah.
What was he a fugitive for? Was it something terrible? Am I going to feel bad now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I rescind my offer for freedom.
This was in China. The guy had escaped from a labor camp, 17 years ago.
Yeah.
His charges, what landed him in the labor camp was supposedly like human trafficking. But I mean, it's
terrible.
It's China. I don't know if any of this shit is real. I feel like they just throw people in jail for like anything.
Yeah. You missed another great South Park this week. Randy Marsh goes to China.
I'm 34 years old.
It's good. It's the best season in a while.
Trey and Matt are fucking boomers at this point. I'm just not interested at all.
Well, Randy goes to China and gets put in a forced labor camp. So
Oh, good.
You'd enjoy it. Anyways, moving on.
This looks so bad. It says white Texas cop on horseback leading black man on a rope.
Why am I doing this? Who did this to me?
Ah, jeez. Yeah, this doesn't look good. Now that you mention it.
Same thing that lady said when she walked into that guy's apartment and shot him.
Yeah.
Oh, this looks bad, terrible.
I mean, I'm glad it is a very good step that Amber Geiger is
Going to jail.
into the clink.
Yeah.
10 years is
kind of low.
It's kind of low comparatively, but in a just society, I think that would be a fair.
But we don't live in a just society.
It'd be a fair sentence for most, murder crimes that are kind of just heat of the moment. Like I think I don't think there's any reason to lock anyone up for like 30 years unless they're like Hannibal fucking Lecter. But it's nice that she's not free. That's good.
And also, this guy is at the very least self-aware. Because no, that doesn't look very good.
The cop pulling a black man on a rope on a horse. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was weird because there's cops on horseback. So I guess this is how they lead suspects. But also the main thing was just why didn't you just call a squad car?
Yeah.
It would have taken 3-4 minutes tops. They would have come and got him.
Did he giggle when he said it?
Why are you parading this this homeless man? Literally just like a homeless guy for trespassing. They're parading him down the street on horseback.
Oh, hey everybody, this looks real bad. Sorry.
On. You didn't have to do any of this.
Oh, he did.
Speaking of the police,
how'd you like that? Man taunts police officers after farting during strip search.
This is a Scottish man too, so he probably said it in a fun accent.
How did you like that?
It's exactly, you nailed it.
Yep. perfect.
How did you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he farted in the cop's
And
face.
his fart sounded like a...
Like 3 times.
Yeah, sounded like, what is it called?
The bagpipes?
The bagpipes.
Probably. They probably smelled like haggis.
Yeah.
So not great. Yeah, but I love seeing crimes in other countries because it's like, if this happened in America, they would have beat this man within an inch of his life and thrown him in jail for like longer than Amber Geiger got.
Yeah.
And because it's Scotland and like it isn't a fucking police state, he's got like 72 hours of community service or some shit. Just like extremely
cleaning manure or something fun.
You know, nothing exciting or fun, nothing you would want, but like not just a completely outsized punishment.
Yeah, just complete life torn apart.
Yeah.
For farting.
You fucked up, so we're gonna destroy your life.
Yeah. Now, thank you for providing the state with slave labor for the next 40 years.
Final headline, something a little more fun. A mouse falls from White House ceiling onto TV reporter. They got mice.
They're not keeping up with the house there. Things are falling apart.
It's the mouse house.
Inside, outside.
Yeah, and it's funny because the White House press pool, a few of them had tweeted over the last few months that they'd seen mouse traps in like the corners and stuff.
It's an old building.
And yeah, it is. Very old. But yeah, this time fell from the ceiling right onto one of them.
Do they freak out or just like...
I mean, if it happened to me, I'm like, ah!
Someone chasing her with a broom?
Yeah, it's weird how mice
It's in my hair. It's in my hair.
I don't have that happen to me with any animals, but like the couple times that I've had a mouse problem in apartments I've lived in, when they pop out from somewhere, it's literally just like, ah!
See, I don't have a problem with that.
It triggers this reaction in me that I can't explain.
The only thing I have a problem with is spiders, and it's not even like I deal with spiders on a regular basis. It's like if you walk, obviously way less typical here in Los Angeles, but back in Florida, if you walk into it at night and you walk into it, it's like there might not even be a spider on you, but you spend the next 2 hours convinced that there is a spider on you somewhere. Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah, spiders on your body. I don't like that. Spiders from a distance though, fine, but a mouse from a distance.
Yeah.
No,
cockroaches, disgusting. I don't have to deal with them very much, but cockroaches, fucking disgusting.
Oh,
not
they're
scared
gross.
of them or anything.
They're gross. They take too long to die.
But that's the thing. Get some cats.
Yeah.
Cats will take care of those real quick.
That's
luckily, I don't have a cockroach problem, but if I did, the cats would take care of them.
The ancient Egyptians worshipped the domesticated cat.
There's a reason for it.
Because they took care of all the rodents and bugs in ancient Egypt. They deified them.
Very clean.
Yeah. Get a cat.
Get a cat.
Anyway, that's it for today's episode. If you want more politics, we talked about Joe Biden on our podcast, and we drank some delicious Greek liquor. Yeah. That was not bad. It was good, actually.
It was fine.
And so yeah, if you're a patron or a YouTube member, check your feeds. It's there.
Go check those out. And then also, if you want to watch nearly a half hour of us explaining everything that's happened so far with the Trump impeachment inquiry.
Yeah, in a pretty, I would say for us, nonpartisan, detailed way, and still just multiple comments, just cooks.
Yeah.
Your bias is showing.
If you have vidIQ, which shows you the like to dislike ratio, if you just type in Trump, you can very clearly see that there is already it could even be not even like a partisan story about it, literally just a video feed of him doing an interview, and every single thing, it's all red all down the way, no matter what, everything's getting ratioed really hard. So go throw a like on it, enjoy that, and yes, stuff has been happening immediately after that, involving text messages and a lot of other stuff. So maybe we have to do another one next week. I hope not, but
oh boy,
we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.